Greetings! I am Herbert Erpaderp. Hold on to your butts. It's time for Ask a Herbert Erpaderp with me, Herbert Erpaderp, and Barnaby, who isn't Herbert Erpaderp, but there are questions for him anyway. While we answer your questions, there shall be much War Thunder Calliope gameplay for you to watch. I was going to make a joke calling it Calliope-owned gameplay, because I get wrecked so easily in that tank, but I got lazy. On to the questions. We'll start with any questions for Barnaby. Kelgtar asks, does Barnaby do models?
A bit.
If so, would you guys consider doing a battle report?
No. It does sound like a lot of work.
Well, you know how hard-working we are.
That's true. Hard-working gentleman.
Is he an Aussie as well?
Yeah, heaps Aussie and shit, yo. I've got a Southern Cross on my car.
He also asks me if I play pen and paper RPGs. I haven't played any pen and paper RPGs before, but I am told that sometime soon I'll be playing a kind of introductory game. That's about all I know about it so far, but I'm looking forward to it. Gerpy42 says, for Barnaby, how did you meet Herbert?
Gay nightclub.
Seems legit.
Yeah, it's the best answer. I'd like that to be the official answer. No, we're not gay. We just like to go there because we're not comfortable with our own sex appeal, so we like to have gay people come onto us just to make us feel better about ourselves.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Also, yeah, they suck cock real good.
Yeah, that's true. It's not gay though, no homo.
For Herbert, what is your least favourite tank? And we can ask Barnaby that one as well, because, well, he's here.
I don't really have a least favourite.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
Kind of like them all. I think the French ones look kind of dumb.
Yeah, especially the really early ones with that big front wheel.
Yeah.
I think they were FTs.
I don't hate them. I find them really interesting.
Yeah, I like tanks in general.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Gerpy also says, here's a little challenge for both of you. Read this as best you can, and in the next Ask a Herbert Erpaderp, I will say the winner.
Okay, this thing. Jesus.
I don't think that says Jesus.
Il mio caro armato preferito. I'm adding letters that aren't even there. Is it an I and an L?
It looks like Il mio caro armato preferito il KV5. And if I have to guess what that says, I'd say it's something like he prefers the KV5.
Il mio caro armato preferito il KV5.
KV5.
Excellent.
It's definitely KV5.
I'm an expert linguist.
You are. Lights and Siren has a few questions for Barnaby. Unfortunately, I managed to miss the first and last one. We were playing a game at the time I asked the questions, and I was tired, so that's my excuse. The first question was, what's the silliest thing you've ever seen Herbert do? The answer is, of course, nothing. Herbert doesn't do silly things. He's a very sensible fellow. Or at least that's what I imagine Barnaby would say. Do you know him outside the virtual world?
Yes.
Can we see more of the Nobot?
I don't know what it is.
From, Robocraft.
Oh, I remember that.
You changed it into the 9 bot.
Yeah, I don't even know what that.
999!
I think I might have got banned.
Really?
I don't know. I hope so.
That would be kind of funny.
I think I dismantled it and made other things. We could go back and play that game and make bigger ones.
Yeah, we should make more dicks.
That was my favourite thing about that game. Just the amount of meaty cocks you could make.
For Herbert, I'm excited for the new Rubicon 28mm M10, M36, Achilles, M36B1 kit. It looks pretty cool, and he plans to get one. And he also says, I'm not really that interested in infantry. Have you heard of any tank-on-tank games for 15mm or 28mm armor? I do definitely plan to get that kit. I'm not entirely sure how I will build it. I might need to get a couple. It does look very, very cool. And to answer the next question, to be honest, I'm more interested in tanks than infantry myself, though I am happy to play games with infantry. I'm pretty sure you can play Flames of War as a tank-only game. Probably not at a tournament or something like that, but if you're just playing with friends, it shouldn't be too hard to organise a tank-only game. There is also the Tank War book for bolt action, which I'm led to believe can be played as tanks and vehicles only. Other than that, I don't really know. If anyone has any other suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Aaron Van Horn asks me, what is your favourite obscure tank or vehicle from the Second World War? I kind of want to say TOG too, but that wasn't actually used during the war, and I'm not sure it was actually designed specifically for that war. It's pretty obscure though. I'm going to have to say the Sherman Calliope. I'm not sure how obscure it really is, but it's great and it's stupid looking. Some of the other rocket launching tanks are probably a bit more obscure, but meh, I like the Calliope though. Others I think are great are the Sturm Tiger, because it was also ridiculous, and the Praying Mantis modification of the Universal Carrier, as featured in this Tank Chats video. Click that video to open it in a new browser. Also, as a side note, if you haven't already, you should do yourself a favour and check out the rest of the Tank Chats videos. I think they're really quite interesting. I asked Barnaby for his thoughts too, though when I did so, I neglected the Second World War part.
Obscure tank?
Yeah.
I don't know what the definition of obscure is. I like Mephisto.
Yeah, that counts. It's pretty obscure, there's only one.
Because I've seen it with my eyes.
You don't have eyes.
No.
Remember?
I like to pretend.
Aaron Van Horn's question specifically for Barnaby is, why do your GTA characters always wear such risque outfits?
Because we're fabulous.
Damn, Skippy. From this guy named Chud Chudsley.
He sounds like a top bloke.
It says, what is Barnaby's favourite tank?
I guess I like Tiger Tank. Tiger 1. I don't know why, I just think it looks very sensual.
Andrew Mazak asks, Barnaby, do you have a Viking beard like Herbert Erpaderp?
I'd say mine is more Viking.
That's obviously a lie. Mine is more Viking.
Well,
We both have glorious, sensual beards.
I'd say mine's more glorious.
We'll have to race them.
We will. I don't even know how to approach a beard race though.
Neither do I. I think we might have to get drunk first.
Yeah, solves all of the problems.
Is there anything you want to say to the people that watch my videos?
Let me think about it. I'm gonna need a minute. I am as weird when I play video games as I am in normal everyday life.
Also, dicks.
Yes, sphincter hole. Do you even lift, bro?
That's all the questions for Barnaby. I'm sure he has provided you with all the sage advice and life guidance you were seeking. If not, tough, I guess. The rest of the questions are just for me. That includes the rest of Andrew's question, which is, Herbert, would you consider getting a donation page? This way we can fund your channel without the need of a PO box or mailing address. P.S. How are your mice? That's actually not a bad idea. I have been considering starting a Patreon page. I obviously wouldn't be demanding everybody give me money, but it would help, especially with procuring bigger items that people seem to want me to build, like the Team Yankee box sets or things like Ram's Charge. I would be able to buy them much sooner than I currently can. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure if Patreon is the best way to go, but it does seem to be. Of course, I would still be uploading my videos for free for everybody to see. I'm not going to do that paywall kind of thing that I see some people do. That's kind of lame. My mice are doing alright. It has been pretty hot lately, and they don't really like that at all. I do my best to keep them cool, and for the most part they're fine. I do have one very old female mouse that tricks me into thinking she's dead quite often with the way she lays randomly about her cage. I tap the cage, and eventually she wakes up. I think I'm being trolled by a mouse. Harry Davies says, Herb, have you visited the Armour and Artillery Museum? You'll have to be a bit more specific. I'm unaware of a museum by that name locally, though there is one in Cairns. I do plan to get up there someday. They have a lot of cool stuff, including a Hetzer. Unfortunately, Cairns is really far away, some 1700 kilometers or so I can't really just drive there for shits and giggles one day. Sir Blue asks, will you ever make a Flames of War M48A3 pattern? I'm not going to say it's impossible, I might, it's just very unlikely at the moment. I don't have any models for Flames of War's Vietnam War era game, nor do I really plan to buy any soon. It is entirely possible that I will pick them up at some point. I wouldn't hold my breath if I were you though. Gaming with Jacob 342 has what looks like a list of demands. When I asked for suggestions for models you guys would like to see me build, they were just that. Suggestions, no demands. I do have an interest in building all of those tanks, and I'll get around to them at some point. Can Burke Owner says, Trekkie! And I like to imagine he's pointing his finger at me accusingly. Anyway, he asks, what's your favourite Enterprise? The Galaxy Class Enterprise D, probably because it's my first Enterprise. I just think it looks really cool. In fact, I have an Enterprise D keyring. The saucer section broke off during a saucer separation accident, and my repairs didn't quite take, but it's still there. I've still got the star drive section on my keyring. I'm also fond of the Enterprise B because I think the Excelsior class is an interesting and nice looking ship as well. Yet another scout says, does anyone know if there are small-scale Centurions available? I think they look great and would love to make an army of them. He goes on to say, Jingles and serious World of Tanks player do not belong in the same sentence. I think what you might be trying to say is Jingles and good player don't belong in the same sentence. My point was that he takes the game more seriously than I do. I'm likely to intentionally do stupid things to get my tank blown up because I'm impatient or I think it'll be funny. From what I can tell, such behaviour would probably upset Jingles. At least a little bit. Also, Gerpy is right. Battlefront do have a 15mm scale Centurion Mark V in their Vietnam War range. I believe they're the Australian version. If they're not the kind of Centurion you're looking for, they very well may be a good base for a conversion. Other than that, I don't know of anyone that makes Centurions. If anyone does know who makes a Centurion, please leave a comment below. Kyle Mathers says, I wish I had a name as cool as Herbert Erpaderp. Sad face. I'm sorry, but you just can't. Not unless you go back in time and trick your parents into naming you something cool. You should do that if you can. Highly recommended. Ferox448 says, nice vid as always. Are you on the C server? Can I join you in your perilous journey sometime? Thanks. I am indeed on the C server. You can join me on my perilous journey. In fact, I believe I accepted your friend request. Lately, I have only been logging in for the daily double on my check tank, which means I only play maybe 1 or 2 battles and then I log out. I might play a longer session on the weekends though, so hit me up, maybe we can organise something. Yak Packin' Flies. That's another great name. Yak Packin' Flies says, do you wear a mask when filing down the metal, and how did you get the spare track links of the metal bits? I generally don't wear a mask when filing metal, unless I'm going to be doing a lot of it and filing resin at the same time. It would be a good idea to wear eye protection though. You posted this on my Flames of War Churchill video, so I'm not entirely sure how to answer the second part of the question. If you mean how did I get the spare track links off the metal parts that they come on, I just bent it back and forth gently until the part separated from the chunk of excess metal. I hope that helps. Conan the Barbarian explains that his favourite period in Flames of War is Early War, likening it to The Empire Strikes Back. He asks if I have any interest in this period. That does actually seem like a good comparison. It certainly is an interesting and dramatic time period. Personally, I like Late War the most because I like the later tanks more, but early tin can tanks are pretty cool too. They do have quite a bit of quaint charm about them. I do have some tanks suitable for early war, being Soviet T-26s and German Panzer 38Ts. I would like to get some Panzer IIs at some point, as well as some early British tanks. A3 Boys asks, what is your favourite tabletop game, like Flames of War, Warhammer 40k, or Bolt Action, etc.? At the moment, I would say Bolt Action, though to be honest, I don't really play any tabletop games with any kind of frequency. I do need to change this. I am going to play Bolt Action this weekend, so we might see a battle report from that, but it is a rare occurrence. I would surely say that Bolt Action is the game I'm most interested in at the moment. I like the random order dice mechanic, and it seems pretty easy to understand the rules quickly. Good for somebody as forgetful as myself. A3 Boys also asks, who do you think is more powerful, Spock or Captain Rex? I say Spock. I had to Google Captain Rex, and it seems he's from the CGI Star Wars TV series, which I've not seen, so Spock wins, because of reasons. Well, that looks like all the questions for this week. Thanks to everyone who asked a question. Please keep them coming. If you have any further questions for Barnaby, feel free to ask them. I'll collect them and perhaps have him return for a future Ask a Herbert Erpaderp. On screen now, you should see the 3 videos I've uploaded since the last Ask a Herbert Erpaderp. If you haven't done so, do click them and check them out. They are moderately amusing, I promise. While you're at it, it would be most excellent if you clicked subscribe. I know a lot of you already have. I'm up to 898 subs now, which is amazing. But if you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe. Doing so will give you all the benefits of being subscribed to Herbert Erpaderp, such as... benefits to be determined at a later date. I do have some cool stuff coming up, including some painting and a look at some textured rollers which I think are rather good. If you're into gaming, I played a relatively new game called Scrap Mechanic. That was a lot of fun. Be sure to check that out. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Thanks for watching. Farewell.